sometimes in relationships, we can come up on a time when things just aren't working, that it feels like maybe something's lacking. Maybe I don't feel connected. I don't feel valued. I don't feel like the other person listens or cares. And then we become discouraged. We become sad. We become disappointed. We feel rejected. And then we start to feel resentful. And then we start to feel irritated. And then we start to feel angry. And so we might read a book on relationships to try and learn more. We might talk to a friend and get some advice. We may go see a counselor. And so through all that, we learn, what are my needs? How do I recognize them? How do I voice my needs? How do I make effective requests? How do I use I statements? But then we do all those things and there aren't any changes. We make all those requests, nothing happens. And now the frustration just continues to build. We give up on the relationship ever getting better. And then, now the other person is saying that they're trying, they're frustrated, and they're discouraged, and they're saying nothing they ever do is good enough. And now both people are frustrated and giving up. But when they looked at those solutions to the needs, did they find those solutions as a team, or did they just tell each other what to do differently? So the moment we're born, we are born into this world and we are learning how does the world work? What are the rules? What are the consequences? We learn about the problems we face and the needs we have, and we are good at finding solutions. It doesn't mean that they're all healthy. Some of them are unhealthy, but they're all solutions to the problems and the needs. And so then we get in a relationship and we have learned to trust our own personal ability to solve our problems and get our needs met. And so then we recognize our needs. We see that there's a problem and we come up with a solution, and we tell the other person what the solution is. And we believe if they really care, if they really try, then things will get better. We come to them and we say, I did what my counselor said. I identified my need and I told you what I needed, and then nothing got better. That must be because you don't care. But often what we've done is on our own, we determined a solution. We told our partner what that was. They did that exact thing, and then it didn't solve the problem. So we believe that they don't care. But we never included them in the actual problem-solving process. And we have to admit that we don't always find the best solution. But rather than getting their input, and so now we got two people looking for solutions, we just went with our own. And when it didn't work, we blamed it on them. But maybe our solution wasn't the best. Imagine you go to the mechanic because you've got a noise in your car, and you've decided, what would fix that noise is if we change the brake fluid. So the mechanic changes the brake fluid, and then the noise is still there. So now you blame them that they are a shitty mechanic and they didn't try hard enough to fix your car. But you never asked them what they thought might fix the problem. It doesn't mean you didn't recognize something was wrong. It just means you might not have come up with the best solution. And the same thing for yourself. It doesn't mean you can't recognize your own needs. It doesn't mean you aren't aware of what you feel. But it means if you don't involve your partner in the solution finding process, then you are missing out on having an extra person who knows themselves well, helping you process through potential solutions to the need that you've identified. You want to give the ability for both of you to be involved. So it's not just each of you telling the other person what to do. It's each of you working together to find the best solution possible.